Hello, I'm Rob from the Malt Miller, and today we're looking at the new product from Grainfather that is the G40. Now we're going to have a fair amount of content coming up about the new G40, so if you like the idea of that, please subscribe to our channel. So here we are with the Grainfather G40, and we're going to get a brew on. But within that brew, we're going to test some of the stats that the Grainfather have given us. So what's the first one we're doing?
Right, first we're going to measure the dead space. So the easy way to do that, we're going to take the base out.
Take the base out, yeah.
And we've got 8 litres of water here. Now we are expecting it to be around about 7 litres.
Okay,
so
you got 4 litres there?
4 litres here.
So I've got a further 4 litres here. I'm going to pull this in literally just until it gets to the bottom of the grain basket.
On the level?
Yeah. Right.
So how much is left in the jug?
Well, somewhat 500 ml. 7.5 litres.
7.5 litres is what we found to be the dead space.
Okay, so we're just about to go in on the Grainfather G40 here. So the stats that we've got from Grainfather are the minimum grain bill size is
3 kilos.
3 kilos, okay. Minimum liquor amount is...
Okay, so we broke it out as in we measured our dead space at the bottom, which was 7.5 litres.
Yeah.
And then using the software, it's telling us just under 30 litres of total liquor to be used for the brew.
Okay, so no sparge?
No sparge on this. It's taking the total liquor and that's for the brew. Okay,
and that is because 30 litres is the minimum that you can brew with this machine?
Yeah, so this is going to come out around about 1044, so it's quite a low ABV, 20 litre batch with that 3 kilo of malt.
Okay, and they're the important bits. So 20 litre batch, 3 kilos of grain, 30 litres of liquor, gives us 20 litres at 1044.
1044, yeah.
Okay, let's go in. Okay, so having just doughed in with that 3 kilos of grain in 30 litres of liquor, we noticed a couple of things. A, obviously it's an extraordinarily thin mash. The virtues of that, or not virtues, we can discuss elsewhere. How easy it was to dough in.
Yeah, without having a central pipe there, you're just a bit more carefree. You don't have to worry about knocking it, unsettling the grain bed. It's just so much more simple to actually dough in without that pipe there.
Exactly that. Okay, so remember that was a 20 litre batch with 3 kilos.
Which is the minimum amount that they say to use.
That's the
which
minimum.
is then a no sparge method using just under 30 litres of water.
Now we're going to push it to the absolute maximum. So we're going to do
13 kilos, which is what
kilos.
they say is the maximum amount of grain.
Yeah.
The software's telling us to add another 1.5 litres of liquor to the batch.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that, get the rest of it in, and that's going to then obviously produce a much stronger beer.
Indeed. Okay, so we've just finished the mash here on the Grainfather G40. We doughed in with 13 kilos of grain, and what do we think?
The 13 kilos recommended amount, it's pushing it too far, I think.
Right, personally this is what I think has happened. So we're well before the release date of the G40. This is our first brew on it. There's no marketing material available.
There's no instructions. There's no
instructions.
So the information we've gathered is from various different people who have said that this is what they think its capabilities are.
Okay, and we're saying that possibly you can actually fit it in the basket. You can actually fit it in. However,
the issue is as you then start to recirc, the grain then starts going out the handle holes on the basket, which to be honest, I've done that on the G30 as well during the brew when I've pushed it too far on that. Okay,
so without experimenting with a 12 kilo malt bill, we can't actually say for sure. However, it was looking like 12 kilos was a much more...
It'd be a lot happier.
It'd be a lot happier with 12 kilos.
Better experience.
Better experience with 12 kilos.
Yeah.
And this is what we find with new equipment when you push them to the very maximum and minimum of what they're what
we wanted to do is we wanted to actually see if that number we'd been told would work.
Okay.
So it's
kind of an experiment that we found out.
It gives us the next step of, okay, let's dial it back a bit.
Exactly that.
And let's try again.
Okay. Let's pull the malt pipe and get on with the boil. We're now coming to the end of our experimental brew on the Grainfather G40. We're about to put a kilo of T90 hop pellets into the whirlpool. We've already got the pump on, it's already whirlpooling round. We're going to make sure that it's capable of pumping out the wort and not blocking the filter or the pump. So let's get them in. So we're at the end of the whirlpool period, so we've had a kilo of T90s in here, whirlpooling for a good while, and it's now time to empty the kettle into the fermenter.
Well, that time it has carried on pumping all the way around and not blocked at the moment. It's
a really good, strong whirlpool that we've got in the kettle, so far so good. Okay, so that's our experimental brew complete.
So what have we learnt? We've done 3 different things today.
Yep.
We did the 3 kilo minimum grain bill.
No issue at all. That's going to be fine. There's various things around it being a very, very thin mash.
Yeah. And no sparge on it.
And no sparge.
Then we did the 13 kilos, what we thought was going to be the maximum amount of grain we could put in there.
That's too much.
Yeah.
We've decided that really...
Because you've got grain escaping through the basket holes on the side.
Exactly.
Where the handle goes. And then we put a kilo of T90 hop pellets in.
Whirlpooled, and this is the result, which has been absolutely fantastic. Pumped it all out, no issue, nice and quickly.
It's just amazing. The pump's just left this beautiful mound of hops in the centre. And
done exactly what we wanted it to do.
So all in all, I think it's been quite a good brew day.
It's been a learning experiment. We've got all the opportunity to do more experiments on the Grainfather G40. If there's anything that you specifically want us to do, just pop it in the comments below and we can run the experiments. Thank you for watching our series of videos on the Grainfather G40. Don't forget, we've got loads of other videos on our YouTube channel. To keep up to date with everything that we've got going on here at the Malt Miller, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter.